Hey there, audio friends, MrAyrit here. Got a quick review for you today. We are talking about another SMSL RAW product. This is the RAW MDA1. This is kind of their all-in-one DAC headphone amp unit. So this will be the third RAW product that I've tried. Really was impressed with the RAW Pro DAC 1. This is not a Pro product. I tried the RAW HA1, didn't think it was too great. So I wasn't sure what to think about this one. After spending some time with it, I think it's an okay product, and I'm going to tell you why I like it and whether, and I'll do a little comparison to my Element 3, and that should tell you whether or not you should lean that way or lean this way. Okay, so what is it? Well, it's a DAC headphone amp. Let's start on the back here because you can see all your inputs and outputs. Okay, you've got RCA out, you've got XLR out, you've got inputs, you've got optical 1, optical 2, coax 1, coax 2, you've got a Bluetooth antenna that goes here, and you've got USB-C which goes here, and then you've got power here. Around the front, you've got a multi-function knob here, nothing special in particular there, and then you've got 1/4 inch and 4.4 balanced headphone out. Got a color display here that is okay, similar to the rest of the RAW products. It does come with a remote. This is I would call a fairly generic remote, but it gets the job done. No worries there. So all in all, it's a pretty functional unit. I found it to meet all the needs that I had in a unit like this. I could pretty much swap it out with my Element 3, no issues there. I did appreciate that this had the 4.4 balanced output on it, whereas my Element 3 is only single-ended 1/4 inch. Reasonably powerful, 2.5 watts at 16 ohms, 1.7 watts at 32 ohms. It doesn't specify anything outside of that. The DAC chips in here, if you are interested, are the Sabre ES9039 Q2M chips. Bluetooth 5.1, LDAC, aptX, all that stuff. That's really probably all you need to know about it. Of course, I'll link to Apos here. They're the ones that sent this out, and you can go through the specs if you want to themselves. Let's talk about how it sounds. I thought it sounded pretty good. I think stock sound, I don't like it as much as the Element 3. The Element 3 has a little more energy. The Element 3 has a little more sparkle. I just thought the Element 3 is just a livelier presentation. I found the MDA1 to be a little more subdued, to be rolled off a little bit on the top end, but outside of that, I think they're, as far as like detail-wise and kind of the technical things, I think they're pretty similar. They're just a little bit different flavors as far as how they're presented, and that's praise here, right? Like, I think my preference still lies with the Element 3 with most of the stuff that I have on hand that I'm listening to, which would be like higher end Hifi Men stuff, and I have the Headphone 2 GT that I've been trying out. But I do think the MDA1 could be a really good option, if you have like aerodynamic headphones or something like that, where it just cools that top end just like a little bit. The other thing to know is that this does have some sound coloring, settings, so you can change some filters and stuff like that on it. And I did find that they have a noticeable difference on the sound, subtle usually, but definitely noticeable. So I didn't mess around with those too much, as I feel like you just get really in the weeds if they've got like 15 different ones. How are you going to try them all and compare them? But I just think I guess I would say is that I think it's technically, it does everything it should at this price point. And then you've got the sound color options. So maybe if, the stock one isn't quite right for you, you can play around and find something that'll work. So all in all, I think it's a quality unit. I still am not as impressed with this as I was with the RAW Pro DAC 1. So I would very much be interested to try a RAW Pro amp at some point in time from SMSL to see if it lives up to, how great I thought that RAW Pro DAC was. But as far as a, sub $300 all-in-one unit, I mean, I think this is pretty decent, especially if you could get it a little bit cheaper than that, I think it's $280 right now, and then you know Apos has a 10% off or something like that. So, you know, $250. I think this is an all-in-one unit that is going to suit most people's needs for a entry-level DAC amp, right? I think as long as you come in not expecting anything mind-blowing, I think it does everything reasonably well. And I don't think we need to beat this one to death. I think that's it. It's reasonably priced, sounds reasonably good. Yeah, I think it's worth a shot if you're in the market for something like this. Again, I still kind of lean towards the Element 3, but I also am just used to that DAC amp too. So I've had that one for quite a while. But I mean, I think it's in the ballpark is what I'm saying. So all in all, I think it's a good product. Thanks to Apos for sending it out. Thanks to you for watching. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one.